Okay guys, so massive updates since the last time you guys saw the Aristo, okay? So far, you guys saw that I got it running and driving. Well, later on, I ended up actually getting it to run right. So it ended up being the map sensor. I borrowed the map sensor off of Tyler's car and it ran great. I'm gonna insert the footage right here. That shit absolutely ripped. It was building about 15 pounds of boost for all of probably a day. Hold on, I think this lens is foggy. There we go. It was building like 15 pounds of boost for all of maybe a day. And then I went to drive it the next day and it wouldn't build boost anymore. Well, I had the HKS knockoff blow-off valve that came with this kit. So I welded this off. I actually got my good friend Tony to weld this off for me. Shout out Tony. And also I welded shut the OEM blow-off valve right here and right here. And after that, it still didn't build any boost. Couldn't figure out why. Well, I now decided to take apart the turbos and see what is going on with them. They've been leaking oil and blowing oil and everything else. Well, they like spin freely. Like you can see this one right here, it spins. I know you can't really see it, but they're both like slightly hard to spin. And I couldn't figure out like what was going on. So I guess they're both blown. I think both of my turbos are pretty much toasted. They lasted all of about a day. They don't even spin at idle. I'm gonna show you guys this. My car will stay running. It's kind of spinning. You can kind of see it. It's like barely spinning. Actually, it's not even spinning right now. It'll spin if I rev it though. You can hear the turbos if I rev it. They're hardly spinning even at idle. So I think my turbos are toasted, which sucks. It's like I literally got one day of a taste of what they would be like, and it was actually really quick. I enjoyed it, and then it was over. Other things that I've done was I raised the car because I was rubbing pretty bad. I still don't have a handbrake. You can see I rubbed the whole side of this tire off. I've been rubbing tire bad. So I raised it up. I'm tired of that. I really am like just trying to have it easy to get on and off of trailers and stuff like that. Here's the other side. It's still got a ton of rubber. Just disgusting. I burnt up my wrap right here. You can see like the texture and everything. I just burnt this up. I also went to work on the interior though. I got the interior back together. It looks sick. Here's the back. I hadn't put the door panel on for this yet because I need to rewrap the door handle and I've been too lazy to do it, but I put the rest of this together. I made a custom bracket for my seat. I bolted on my seat belt. I bolted up the seat belt right here. Kind of ghetto, but it works. So I do have a seat belt and my seat is mounted now. And it actually is pretty solid. It was not mounted before. I did the JZX90 cover right here. This is how it turned out. It turned out really good. And then I cut the bezel right here. I trimmed this. I used a sonic cutter. I overcut a little bit right here, but I tried to get it as good as I could. I think it came out like okay. I don't think it's too bad. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing, and it's like sealed up in here. I have full interior. I switched steering wheels to my Vertex because when I'm sitting in here, my foot, when it's on the clutch, I might need to just adjust my clutch, but it was like hitting my Nardi. So I switched to the Vertex because it's like a little bit deeper, so it's out of the way. But everything's back together. Pretty nice. I still need to clean this mess up. That's something that I have not gotten to. But I got the gauges mounted, and the interior is mostly together. Everything looks really nice. I have yet to get an exhaust for this. I bought all the materials to make the exhaust, but I have not found anybody to weld it on. And I actually think I'm gonna end up welding it up myself. I think I'm gonna buy a welder and weld it up myself. But first I wanna find out what's going on with these twin turbos. I don't know if I'm gonna get another set of twins or a single turbo or what I'm gonna do. I think I may get a single turbo setup. I'll keep you guys posted on that. I think a single turbo setup would be sick, but they're pretty expensive, and I don't really need that much power, so we'll see. Like, it's actually a whole car. It feels like a car. Before, it did not feel like a car at all. Oh, dang, I forgot. I got a new clutch fan with all the fins, all the stuff. So that's pretty cool. The only thing I need is a fan shroud. And I think that's about it. I deleted the blow-off valve and stuff over here. Remounted my slave, or not my slave, my master cylinder for my clutch. That's about it. As far as my map, I ended up running, I have a 1jzgte map sensor now. If you guys didn't know, pretty much all of the Toyota map sensors for all the JZs will work with each other. The plug is the same, you can put them on. I was looking at the 1jz maps, and they were like literally like $300 for an OEM Soarer one, for a used one. I was like, fuck that, dude. I got mine as a 1jzgte one from an actual Aristo, and I think it was like $90 to $100. Pretty affordable compared to the rest. I'd gladly pay that. So shout out Tyler for leaving your car with me so I could borrow your map sensor, because I never would have known that was the problem if I couldn't just yank your map sensor off and try it real quick. But it revs fully, as you guys could see. It ripped for one day, and now I have two blown turbos. My guess is either the journals are messed up in them, or the exhaust wheels could have gotten burned up on them, like the exhaust wheels just gave out. Not sure. But that's a quick update on the Aristo, and hopefully I can get that stuff sorted, because I'm planning to go to a drift event on Memorial Day weekend, and I want to try this thing out. Okay, actually, the rear turbo is blown as shit. The front one's definitely blown too. The rear one's blown as shit though. Check this out. You can literally just see it blowing oil out. It is toast. I just did a lot of stuff off camera, but it's about to be the end of an era. The era of having an ECU in the floor like I've had in the 240 and still ongoing, but I'm gonna not have it in this car. I just did a lot of wiring, a lot of sorting. I capped off a bunch of wires, and I wired a bunch of wires together that I needed for AC, tack, water temp, stuff like that. Some of the stuff doesn't work, like my oil pressure, which I did wire up, but I don't have an oil pressure sensor, so it's not gonna work. I wired in the AC, but I don't have any refrigerant, so I don't think it's gonna work. So now I'm just gonna kind of put this over here in the floorboard under the carpet, and then kind of just, you know, we'll just Bob Ross this a little bit. I do have like quite a bit of wiring you know, so let's see what we can make happen. It's not really, I think it's been a while. I've never had this carpet put together as long as I've had this car. This is not supposed to go like this, I think. I don't know. I think maybe this goes like this. It's not gonna be perfect. I don't think it's gonna be OEM because I honestly don't know how this stuff all sat OEM because I unfortunately didn't have this in its OEM state. Some of this wiring is my own wiring. It's my own fault. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure something out with that. But it's not perfect. But you know what? There's not like a whole floor full of wires. And that's what really matters deep down inside. Right? No, I'll get this worked out. There we go. It's not perfect. But listen, you can put your feet there. It's not too bad. What do you think? No. Let me show you guys my tachometer working. Hold on. Got an extension cord with the light. Oh, shit. That really came in handy. Get this out of the way. Okay. Let's see. Got this thing out of gear. Still don't have a handbrake. My temp, I guess my sensor must be messed up. It just pegs out. Look at that. Got everything working. Except for my speedo. My harness is in my transmission tunnel right now. I'll see about that at a later time. But for now, I think I'm happy with everything. I got my defies working. I still have the stuff for this, but I got the wrong plug for one of the things. So I need to reorder that. And then, yeah. Pretty sick if you ask me. That was a big win in my book because I really wanted, at least now I have water temp, which is the actual defi water temp gauge. I have boost, and I have the tachometer, and I have the fuel gauge. Honestly, that's really all I could ever ask for. Okay, final update for now, guys. I got pretty much all of the car back together now. I finished wrapping this. Door handle right here is a pain. I keep fighting with it lifting right here from lifting the door handle. So I think I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It sucks. It's just gonna have to wear down over time, but I rewrapped this. It's not perfect. I really fought this thing, but it's something. Put it all back together. Now I got the door panel back on. Everything looks good. Hell, the whole interior is pretty much back now. Still hyped about this. I even got the flare right here. My JDM flare. I literally have everything. It's all back together in here. I just need to get me a shift boot or make a better center thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that for now. But I'm really just happy that it's like sealed up, not exposed to the elements. I'm really happy with this. It's the engine bay for now. I mocked up an intake for the twins, but I'm not gonna be running the twins anymore, I don't think. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna use that. For now, it looks really good though. Looks really well put together. I got all of it in here put back together. I even got the light down here. Looking pretty good. I want to do something about the pedals. Maybe make this clutch look OEM. Not a fan of the big brake pedal. For now, it'll work. Everything's just together. I'm pretty happy about this. I just You know when you like yank a car apart, like it just feels like it'll never be the same ever again. And I'm like, oh damn, this is gonna be a never ending project, but now it's like nearing the end. As of right now, I need to get the diff welded. I need to get an alignment on it. It's all raised now. So I should have no problem getting it aligned. And obviously something about the turbos and an exhaust, but I don't think I'm gonna have an exhaust before I go to the drift event. So I think we're just gonna be straight pipe for that, and I'll get the exhaust taken care of afterward. But for now, I just need to figure out a turbo setup so that we can even drift this thing. Next weekend, I'll probably focus on getting an alignment and getting my differential welded. Those are the main two things that I need until I get turbos. Hopefully, maybe I can figure out turbos by then. We'll see. I'll see you guys next weekend. Catch you guys on the next video.